Squirrel Rosenberg Radio coming to you live and direct from the lab on a beautiful night here in Paterson, New Jersey. We're getting ready to blast off with another exclusive interview. But you know how we do. We stop, reflect, and then move forward. So before I even go on, let me just take a big shout out and give a big props to Professor Double X and my boy Q, who was in the house on Saturday. We had a wonderful, fun, classic interview. I mean, they delivered all the way from New York, came up the steps, saw your boy Squirrel Rosenberg, and really had a wonderful time. So for everybody who don't know, check out our SoundCloud. It will be posted. Check out our Facebook. You'll see that YouTube video. You'll see everything that's moving on that interview that we did on Saturday. However, tonight we're here celebrating, and you're probably wondering, why do I look like Tony Starks with this thing on? But we're going to get into that a little bit later. Let's just stay focused on what I normally do. I want to give a big round of applause to my crew that's in the house tonight. Bong, 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 bong. Yeah, big them up. Big up Manny behind the camera. Big shout out to E-Dub on the sound for me. My son Nazi making everything sound nice. Big shout out to Nino on the ground, just holding us down on the internet level. Big shout out to my wife Ellie, who's blessing us with her beautiful presence. Thank you so much for being here. And big shout out to my boy Nah. Big shout out to Nah. Bong, bong, bong. Yeah, you're in the house. Bong, Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. Thank you so much for being here, bro. So as we get ready to marinate people, you know how we do. As I get ready to focus on why we're so excited tonight, is that we are honored and blessed to have Hershey Lust in the house. Wow. Thank you, madam.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate you, number one, taking the expedition up the steps. You know, we kind of put all our guests through that to see if they're really worth coming into the studio. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. What was that like coming up the steps?
A workout.
What's so funny is when I asked you behind the scenes, you said, I could have used the workout.
Yeah.
Which is a great perspective. I love the way, remember I said to you, I love the positive, because that's what we do here at Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. It's just make everything positive, because there's a positive twist to everything. And when you said was a workout, I'm like, ooh, I like where your mind's at. Mm-hmm. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we kick back. We're going to learn, get focused, find out why Hershey Lust is Hershey Lust, get into some of her accomplishments, some of her failures, really dig deep and get into this. So before I do that, I want to take this opportunity to drop a gem. And on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, when you say something profound or you experience something that you think is going to be good, we say it's called dropping a jewel. And I just want to say to everybody on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, you know, I had the honor and pleasure of going to church on Sunday. And the pastor was talking about Job and his experiences. And the marquee was, where is God during your time of struggle? You know what I mean? You ever get into some tough time and you're like, oh my God, why am I going through this? Mm-hmm. You know, or you hear about something like, why are they going through that? You know, where's God? Why did God allow that? And, you know, one of the stories that he shared with us was, you know, Job, as he was going through some really tough time, he lost all his wealth. He lost everything. His wife said to him, why don't you curse God? Because you lost everything. And he said to her, and this is what is so profound, ladies and gentlemen, if we give God thanks in the good time, why not give him thanks in the bad time?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he's always consistent. He doesn't change. You know what I mean? And those bad times are what makes us strong. So I want to leave you with that jewel here on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. It made an impact on my life as I heard that story again. And as I go through the week, I reflect on all the struggles and all the hurdles that I had to overcome. And I look at it just like the way you did, Hershey Lust. Coming up the steps wasn't, oh my God, it was like, I could have taken that workout. Boom, great perspective. When I heard about struggles and you think about where's God in all of that, he's right there consistent. What we need to do is just rely on him. So let's move into this and touch on a little bit. Hershey Lust, what a creative name. Where did that come from?
I made it myself because I decided to change the name I had before.
Okay.
And made it into a name that I could say, no one gave it to me. Because of my complexion, chocolate, Hershey, you know. So I'm like, okay, Hershey Lust.
Nice. You would think, and I'm glad you emphasized that you gave yourself that name, because usually you'd think your friends making fun of you or whatever, your family, give you a cute nickname and call you Hershey Lust. So you gave yourself that name.
Yep.
Let me ask you this, and let me poke and get, microscopic here. What was the name before Hershey Lust?
Cupcake.
Where did that come from?
I was working with a photographer at that time, and he was like, you should do modeling more, let's take pictures, and you need a name. And that was just the name just to start off with, but it didn't, so I was like, after time passed, I did my own thing, and I came up with that name.
Hershey Lust. All right, that's big. So let's do this a little bit. You have a very slight, let me rephrase that, heavy Southern accent. What's up with that?
I'm from Lake City, South Carolina, Florence area. You know.
Let's big up Lake City.
Yep.
Yeah, let's big up Lake City. Bong, bong, bong. Grew up, the whole family's from that area?
Yeah, family from all over there. Lake City, Florence, Columbia, all over. And my father's from up here in Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh.
So I used to live here too and go to school, you know, as a child, back and forth, you know.
Oh, between there and here.
Yeah.
So even in that travels, which area did you prefer at that age, you know, during the going back and forth?
I wanted to be in Jersey more when I was little, but I was down south. So when time changed through that, I just decided to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go up north now since I've been out here for a while.
Okay.
So I used to go visit back and forth, and then I decided to stay up here.
Nice. So before we even talk about the transition here, let me ask you this. You are now in South Carolina, correct?
No, I'm up here in Patterson.
No. Back then. You were
back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in South Carolina as a younger age.
Right. So let's go back to that younger age because I'm trying to grow, follow up because I love to hear your journey, you know, to see where you are right now. So what's the family makeup like? Mom, dad, how many brothers and sisters?
Well, my father here, mother there. I have a brother, sisters, couple more sisters.
Number? Okay. Go in on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, why not, right? Okay, so we're gonna skip over that and just say you had a soccer team and keep it moving. Can we do that?
Yes, I have a big family. Big family.
Nice. So what was that like? Was it a lot of fun? Did you have? I mean, because I've had guests on the show who grew up in big family, and they showed both the pros and the cons. But for you, what was that like?
Well, both sides of the family, I ain't gonna lie, it was hell. So
Go in.
It was like down south, younger, I was born there.
Yeah.
Then I came up right after a couple of days I was born and been in Jersey.
Okay.
Then I moved back when I was 6 years old down south. Then I went back up north when I was, 18 visiting at that time.
Wow, so you were like settled and then had to move again.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was just quick trips, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So when I come visit, then I go back home. More things had happened, and I was like, I want to get away. So I came up here.
Okay.
So,
can I poke a little bit at that more things that had happened? Can I poke at that a little bit? Because I think there's some juice right there that I really want to get into. But before we do that, during that time, you're flipping between and you're spending time. What was it like making friends? How was that possible for you to really, or because you're up north, when you go down south, you're like, the queen popping, everybody wants to, what was that like? It was like that. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. We're going to take a quick break, come back, freshen up. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, Squirrel Rosenberg TV. Stay tuned. 1. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio coming in as we get ready to marinate and get back into this conversation. I keep telling my guys that we need to make sure there are GoPros or cameras running behind the scenes because we were just blessed with some sushi from Sushi Fu in Toto. A big round of applause for the sushi. Bong, bong, bong. Adam, thank you so much for blessing us. Wow, it was excellent. And we actually got Hershey Lust outside of her comfort zone, and she had a little bit of raw fish. What was that like?
I didn't like sushi because I ate it other places and it was like nasty. But that sushi tasted good.
Oh, bong, bong. Round of applause. Adam, new homecomer to sushi is checking you out, and you know she tried it and loved it. So just to marinate and get back into where we left off, and I really want to salute you for being not only honest but vulnerable in expressing what you did, because when you walked into the space today, I was saying, wow, you walked in, everybody's chilling, and I'm like, you would never think that person had an issue with friends or growing up or issues like that. And what's so funny is my daughter, you know, just even today we were talking and she was like, Dad, I hang out with my friends and I'm in the group, but I feel so left out, you know?
Yeah.
And you know what I said to her? And I'll say this to you also. There's something unique about staying in your lane. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, by the way, I just dropped a jewel on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, stay focused. You know, at the end of the day, you know, people are either intimidated or don't understand how to be around you. So that's the power that comes with being that ostracized one. And I'm talking from somebody who's experienced it. So that's why I could really relate with what you're talking about. So big up and thank you for being as vulnerable as you have been. But let's just move on a little bit. So you're now out of South Carolina. You transitioned to Jersey, Patterson.
Yes.
And do you go to school here?
No, I go to school here, like in college, no college.
Okay. But high school, did you finish high school here?
I didn't finish here. I was down south.
You were down south?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So how did you become the powerful video presence photo model that you are right now? What was your first transition into that? Let me break it down. When did you take your first photo and go, wow, I think I could do this?
Actually, I was working with Ravi and another. I can't. Well, I was, you know, no shade, but I was working with them and I took pictures and I liked it, so I said, okay, let me keep on doing it.
And that was the first time you actually saw yourself with a professional photographer?
Yes, and then I started working with more photographers, and I started working with Nino, and then I started working with Shots by Jason and, you know, other photographers too, but I just kept doing it more because I started with a camera phone first.
Right.
So then I just was like, okay, let me just do more and, you know, research on it. Because when I asked other people about what's going on, they couldn't help me or tell me the right way to go.
But here's what's interesting. I want to know, like, how do you transition into modeling? Because it requires so much confidence to be in front of the camera. Because we have looked at some of your photos and you're like, you know, you're owning those shots. You know, how do you, you know, what made you go, yeah, I'm gonna get into that?
Well, I used to be ratchet and bad.
Thank you, thank you for owning that. Go in.
I was like the good one because people used to bother me. So when I used to have my own problems at home and I go out and then I have problems out in the streets and I fight. I was going to take in boxing, but I was like, you know what, I'm tired of boxing. I'm tired of going to jail for disorderly conduct and all this assault. So I just said, let me just take pictures. And then I happened to have been in this bad little incident that caused me to think that I couldn't do it, but then I kept doing it. So therefore it was like, you know, I like it now. I'm gonna just keep doing it.
Nice. It seems like you use that little roadblock to be like a stepping block to really get you. Yo, that's big. We give a big round of applause to that, because that's a jewel right there. No, seriously, because, and the reason why I have to dissect it and get the jewel out of that is because here's what's so funny. A lot of people get to that roadblock that you got to and give up. You know?
Yeah.
And that energy for pushing through, that perseverance. I mean, I feel it in your energy, so.
Yeah, because, you know, people always criticize, oh, you're fat, or you're dark, and you're this and that. I'm like, okay, well, or you're not bad enough, or you're not like this girl right here. I'm like, okay, well, apparently they like it too. Well, they watching, they like it. So
prove them
you
wrong.
don't gotta like it, but they like it apparently. But I just do me.
Big.
It just get better and better.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. I like the way you own that. So now you're out here and you have a couple things going on. As a matter of fact, why don't you let my audience know where they could find you on Instagram and Facebook if you have those social media platforms?
Hershey Lust on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, Tykira Brown, Hershey Lust the model, and it's other pages they catfishing, but you'll know the real one when you see it.
Nice, nice. And we were talking earlier about some of your accomplishments. You were in a couple magazines. Why don't you just, let's just give big shout out to those magazines who were blessed to have you on, in those magazines.
I was in, Fat Puff, and I did Geechee magazine. I did Straight Stuntin'. I did Worldwide magazine, the WCW Woman Crush Worldwide.
You mentioned that.
Yes, and it's just it gets better and better.
What I like is the fact that there's this consistent growth. You didn't stay at one level, and I want to know what fueled that.
It's just like when I see something that I really wanted, I want to go get it, because I feel like I never really had something I could say, oh look, I did it. You know what I'm saying? And the family, we all know who accomplishing things, but me as the black sheep, I the one that gotta make a name. Like, okay, well, I make my own way. You gonna see me regardless.
Yeah,
so
can we toast to the black sheep, son?
Yes.
Can we just toast to the black
got
sheep?
The water, but it's just, it's like whatever. I just don't tolerate people or take,
the bull.
No,
I like that. No, I like that, because there's a lot of power in knowing your lane. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. And there's something unique, because when you think black, you always think bad. You follow? You don't think strong. You don't think resilient. Resilience. And the point is this. My buddy Matt, and I keep going back to this podcast I had with my boy Maddie, and he said, if we change the meaning behind the words, we will get to own them with so much more power. Because you were right. That is so official. We got to own that. So let's zigzag into this. So let me ask you this. What has been one of your most enjoyable shoots or video production, if you could ever imagine? Just great people, great energy.
I can honestly say, well, it's a lot, but off from people I haven't worked with, besides people I've been working with, I could say shots by Jason, because for him to be in New York, he made no shade, but I just felt comfortable with him with posing, and like he teaching me things too, but I really put my hard work into doing a shoot with him on my own, instead of being featured in a magazine, but he's shooting. But I like working with him. It was good. And then the video, I did a lot of videos with a couple people, but the main one that I can say I like the most was the one by Shatta Wale, Bumper, that's on YouTube, which I'm in.
Okay, big shout out to that.
Did it
let him know again. Let him know.
It's Bumper.
On YouTube. Wale.
Shatta Wale.
Okay. How did you get in that video?
I got in that video.
Yeah, give me the blow by blow on that. You have an agent or no?
I don't have no agent.
So go in. How did you get in that video?
I got in that video by getting my photos taken by Nino. And
bong. Big shout out. Big shout out to Nino.
And your camera guy.
Manny.
Yes.
Big shout out to Manny. We got a professional team here. Yeah, big. Yeah. Big Nino, Manny, part of the Squirrel Rosenberg team. Yo, big. Go in.
And I was like, saw me, and they like how I looked when I was shooting with them, and I was like, okay. So they reached out, want to do the video, and I said, okay. So I came to the Art Factory, and we did it, and that was like my big international, artists over the country, Ghana. And it was like, oh wow. And then when I saw the video, which like last week, like 2 weeks now, it was like, oh wow. And people like, here, I saw you in that video, and I'm like, oh. And I look at it, I was like, I got a bumper, so that is real.
That's
for me.
That's the power. Wow. Wow. Were you nervous going in, or you just?
I was nervous because I saw people in there, and I was by myself. I had no one with me.
So you walked into the whole set solo? By myself.
And Gangsta. I had, I'm like, let me tighten up. I was nervous, so I went and listened to the music. And I'm like, I've been in the camera, but I always get nervous no matter whatever I gotta do.
True.
But I do what I gotta do. And it was fun.
Wow. Salute. I like the way you went in and owned that. So we're gonna we're checking out the video right now on our wow.
Yep, that's me.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, oh wow, they was like, Kira, that's you? I'm like, yeah, it's me. And girls always and people always say, oh, your butt fake. I'm like, my butt's not fake. I can't afford that. I don't got no money to buy a fake butt. I mean, I got butt, but I ain't gonna buy no butt. I'm like, but no, that's all natural. That's from the South.
Wow.
Cornbread and all that good stuff.
Oh, wow.
In this video, like, it was like, I hope I did good. I was nervous.
No, we're looking at the video right now, and we're able to show that on Squirrel Rosenberg TV. But wow, great shot.
And it was like, they made me feel comfortable though. His whole crew and everybody, the cameraman and all of them, they made me feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And other girls, they're like, "What are you? Are you African? You from over there?" I'm like, "I'm from America. I've been born here, but I don't, do all this most often." But
Yeah. No, we're blessed to have you, and we want to give a big shout out because that video is very official right now, and we'll be able to show everybody what you're seeing here on Squirrel Rosenberg TV, and you're hearing the music right now on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, and I salute you for owning that, and taking advantage of that opportunity. So now you are going to be in the unique circle as being like one of the first big celebrities on the Squirrel Rosenberg show, because we're very honored to have you, and thank you so much for going in the way you did. So now, what's your ultimate goal? Or let me ask you this, I'm going to be specific with this. Now you've gotten here and you've gotten a little bit of taste, and you see what your capabilities are, including what you've overcome, because we already know how you look at the past, which is
hurtful as hell.
Yeah. Not only that, but also empowering. Let me say that again, and empowering, because what you do is you move on from that. You remember the first roadblock you came to, you told me, wow, you just used that and moved on. So what do you see yourself doing in the next 5 years?
Hopefully, I see myself owning a business and living in a big, giant house.
Why not? Put it out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
I'm not focused on the bags and shoes right now, because like where I'm at got me focused on getting the bigger and better things. And who knows? You never know. I could probably own my own magazine and have girls in it and be so internationally worldwide, and a bunch of things.
And that's so true.
I'm not worried about other things at this moment except for success.
Nice.
Right.
So you have some, a lot of our viewers are females, and they're checking out the Squirrel Rosenberg. If there was something you could say, or you want to leave them with as we get ready to close out, what would that be? Even if they were considering getting into the field that you're in right now and say, yo, I know I have what it takes, what would you tell them, a word of advice or a phrase?
Never stop. Keep pushing. Only way to stop is if you die. Something happens. God bless us all. But you always gotta be focused. People gonna always try to throw you under the bus.
True.
Block you for whatever reason they got. But never stop.
Never stop.
Never stop.
And I definitely can tell by your energy, and as we, dibbled and dabbled in all the stories since you got a chance to share here. And I'm very honored that you were so, as I said before, vulnerable on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, because that's the truth, and behind the scenes we were talking about owning that. And here's what's so funny about, even where you are now and where you're moving to, it's like, wow, she shouldn't have gotten there. When you think about Oprah Winfrey and her story, she had hell to go through.
A lot.
So I salute you for going. You're about to say?
Yeah, because I had a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you can't make it, or you would never be in this book." And I always wanted to be in Straight Sun, and then I got in there, and I was like, "Well, this is crazy. Like, I'm doing it." Like, someone I was dealing with, I was like, "Yo, I want to do magazines."
Yeah.
As soon as I get up and all this, I'm pretty sure they like, she really did do it. So it's like, I don't have no manager, I don't have no street team, I don't have none of that. So I just do what I do.
Yeah.
I invest in myself, and I do what I do, and whoever see it, they like it, whatever.
Yeah.
I got offers, plenty emails, but it wasn't right. I don't work with people. It was not right.
Big. Oh, yeah. What gives you that intuition? What do you rely on to make that decision? Maybe is it because of the experiences, or
they'll talk business and go straight to sexual. And knowing that I see their parents, they got what I need to get to where I want to be,
Yeah,
and have that image and all that. But like, damn, like you straight sexual. Or else sometimes they do some type of little work for me, and then now it's sexual. So when I don't give them what they want, then whatever.
You completely, the project is dropping.
Yeah, and I don't have people tell me what they have heard by what they said, and they know me. They like, if you would have did what was asked, you probably would have been further than where you at now. And I always hear that. I just argued with somebody in my inbox about that. It was like, oh, you stupid B, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Why you won't, like, you don't do that. Like, if you're trying to invest and get people places, you don't talk to people or come to people like that.
True.
So if you got so much going on, why are you so stressed out about me? Now you cursing me out?
I think the definition for that in the dictionary is a hater.
I got a lot of that. I got a lot of that.
For real. But you know what's so funny, as I hear you share that aspect of the game, where people are not even building your confidence. But let me ask you this now. What is it like now that you're doing it? Are those people in your corner, or they're still staying?
The people that I can honestly say that I used to call friends and people that I love and family too, which I don't fuck with. Sorry.
No, go in. This is Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. Go in.
I don't want to curse. I don't.
No, go in.
People, I don't deal with my family. I don't deal with a lot of people because what they did to me. So now that they see me doing things, everybody want to be talking to me. Not the ones that I talk to, they know this not for them. But the ones that kick my back in, like, why y'all talking to me now?
How do you handle that?
I just be looking like, wow, this is funny, but hey. And it's funny because I'll still respond.
Nice.
Because I don't show like I'm no different.
Big.
Even when I'm not around, I hear what's been said, but I just be like, okay.
Taking that higher road.
Yep.
Yeah, that's big. You know what's so funny? When you say that, a lot of people would take the opportunity to go, screw you. I mean, I'm not gonna, but I like the fact, because at the end of the day, you're probably making a larger statement by taking the road you take.
Oh yeah, it's a lot with it come with me, cause I don't deal with friends. I don't trust females. They grind me. It's like I fight enough to the point where I had to separate. Like, I ain't got no friends. Y'all not my friends.
Wow. So is the AKA Hershey Mayweather? Is that what it?
Yeah. I in school fighting, get kicked out, then had to go to alternative school. Like, oh yeah, it got real. Fight the family. I don't care. Everybody don't come for me because it is what it is. Like. Okay.
Are you comfortable here at Squirrel Rosenberg? Are we all good?
I'm comfortable.
Okay. Great. Because we don't want to get it.
No, everybody good. It's a different environment. It's nice. Like, I don't be around nice people all the time. So
thank you.
I'm a country Southern girl and I'm in Jersey, and it's like people up here is mean. Like, everybody up here is not everybody mean, but majority of things I seen and went through myself, it's like
cold. Yeah.
Like, do your own thing, and that's that. They might not fuck with you.
No, keep going.
They may not fuck with you, but they watching.
Yeah, my daughter said, Dad, somebody's always looking.
Always.
Somebody's always looking.
And always got something to say. And you know what's crazy is because I don't understand why people down and want to make people sound bad because they're trying to do something with themselves. Even if it was a past relationship or whatever it is, you kicking people back in just to make yourself look good and to make them look bad. But all the hate that they dishing out make people want to know, well, let me check her page or let me see who she is.
You see how that works, right?
Yeah, and they're like, well, she do her, this nigga must be mad. This bitch mad.
Yeah, do you see how it works? So, bong. And I'm pretty sure we see what I love about that is your awareness of that. Because,
and females too, oh, she fucks my man or this and that. I'm like, no, but your man act like you're not together or whatever the situation is, or they liking pictures, comments, inbox message, oh, I saw your inbox. It's not my fault, it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, that's why I like to be by myself. Like, it is what it is.
So you're navigating a lot of waters. You're dealing with the sexual pressures from the guys. You're dealing with bitches hating. You're dealing with all that. But still here you are. Trumping and solo. I mean, I salute you for that because a lot of people would have a support team around them. So
if I can cut my whole family off, friends don't mean nothing to me no more. Like, nothing. Like, if it ain't business, it's whatever. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
But you
and
do
that's
know,
it.
you do know that we as human beings work better in a group.
But I have not met right people to see them really want to see me grow or see themselves grow with me. So it's like they talk about it, but they're not living it. So it bothers me to the point like I don't want to waste time. I don't want to have nothing took from me no more. I'm do it by myself until God put the right people. Like, okay, just work with her. But right now I don't trust people. I got bad trust issues. I don't trust nobody.
But you know, it's so funny. I respect the honesty, but I really love that sentence right before that, because God will provide the right people at the right time, and because of the experience you've had, you're going to use those as stepping stones. So as we take this quick break on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, we're going to come back, rap with Hershey Lust, get back, and I'm going to put a little classic freestyle on the map because we feel like the energy is right now. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, Squirrel Rosenberg TV. Stay tuned, guys. One. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio coming back to you as we get ready to marinate on the last segment of the show here, sitting back with our guest, Hershey Lust. Yo, I love the last segment where we got off that. I saw your energy completely change as you owned not only all the things you've experienced, but now that you're in the business and you see how you need to maneuver and wanting to be around good people, and you learn from your strength. But we were talking about our talents, and as your boy knows, I'm pretty okay on the 1 and 2s. I'm not gonna even blow my horn on that, but beep 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 beep. And I'm also I'm also pretty good with the vocals as we sit back and create a conversation. And we were talking about your assets. Right, so Manny, you need to go to a white shot right here. So Hershey Lux is about to stand up. Do a little quick model turn for us so people can see that you are 100% official. Because we were talking about that earlier.
Okay. Well, they sound fake, but I'm not. It's like all real. No implant.
No GMOs.
No, all natural.
So you were telling us off camera that you've been approached before. Oh, that's fake, that's doctored. People are out there really going in like that, huh?
Yeah, they like, oh, her butt fake and this and that, and I'm like, no, it's not. Like, whatever. I mean, real recognize real.
And you have never. We were talking about exercise, so no gym work, no. Like, how do you cultivate that? I mean, because at the end of the day, we all know girls out there spending millions of dollars to cultivate a body like yours. So what's the organic, or are you really putting an effort into, or is it fake?
Well,
it's not fake.
It's not fake.
Are we working out and keeping it going?
To be honest.
Be honest.
I don't work out because I know it might sound like, oh, you lying. No, I don't have time. Meaning I know my schedule. I know what's going on, to the point where I tell people, no. Like, people ask me, do you work out? I cut back on eating certain things, but I never been skinny. I always been like this, stocky, like thick. Like, this is me. Like, I ain't,
You would think there's and I'm glad we kind of touched on that a little bit, and because I know going on out there right now in our world, a lot of people are generating.
I don't knock nobody who get surgery done, because who knows, in the future I may get some surgery done. So
let's keep that open.
But don't shade me when you got something done. I face a lot of hate.
Yeah.
And it's like, my experience with seeing and meeting other models bigger than me, and whatever, I'm like,
And that's definitely changed over the past couple of years, because now I think I forgot the name. She's on the tip of my tongue, but that model that just got that Victoria Secrets. She's a plus model. Yeah. Her name is on the tip of my tongue. However, my point is this. She has now opened the door for bringing a more voluptuous woman to the surface. And at the end of the day, I really salute women who really own that.
Right.
And if you go back in the day, you remember walking through the chapels of the 18th century. You see those women that were drawn on the walls. They were voluptuous women. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I am definitely understand, and we appreciate where you're coming from on that. But as we get ready to wrap on this, I wanted to have you leave us with something classic. And when I say something classic, I mean by we were able to dip into your whole life through like a timeline to see where you are right now and where you want to go. Owning a magazine, setting up an empire, allowing other girls to come in and train and grow and build and become empowered. But as you navigate that, I didn't hear you mention anything about family. So is that on the agenda anytime soon? Or how do you, or do you not see yourself as a mom anytime soon? I don't mean to. Mother's Day's around the corner, not to put pressure on you, but.
My mother, you're supposed to always love your parents, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Okay.
I'm more close to my dad because my mama, she's something different. I'm not going to badmouth her, but she's hurtful to me, and I'm not as emotional because of the stories. It's just crazy,
Yeah. Wow. So, and I'm going to just poke here. So do you think those experiences with your mom, do you think about your having a child and what that may be like?
I know one thing I won't, abandon or, not show love. You're supposed to always be there for your kids.
Yeah, true. That's big. And what's so funny is a lot of people, they use those reference points, and when they get the opportunity to have a child, that's what they do. They just really dump all that love that they didn't get. So I want to salute you for that. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, Squirrel Rosenberg TV. We're getting ready to close with Hershey Lust. Thank you so much for being here on the show.
You're
bong,
welcome.
bong, 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 bong. Everything that you deliver today is so authentic, so real. We love you, and you're always welcome back. As a matter of fact, I know we're going to be doing some things together. Big shout out to everybody behind the scenes. Stay tuned, guys. Everything you listen to is on our SoundCloud. Stay tuned. YouTube is going to be booming in a few minutes when we put this up. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, always strive to be the best. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio 1.
Separate the weak from the obsolete. Hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. It's on, nigga. Fuck all that bickering beef. I can hear sweat trickling.